I can bet that the story that I'm about to share is something all of you as ESL healthcare professionals have experienced at some point, either professionally or in your everyday personal, familial, and social lives. And you might find this quite relatable. Have you ever tried to sound professional, and in doing so on a regular, consistent basis, you ended up losing your identity and your voice, both literally as well as figuratively? This happened to me more times than I can count. So growing up, I learned very early on that if I had to fit in and be like all the other kids in the block, especially all the other Southern Asian kids, I had to change everything about myself, which meant my accent, my tone, not just of my voice, but also my skin color, my emotions, and my needs. And whilst I was praised for being articulate, I could get on stage and I could do all these recitations, I could give presentations, I was a very good entertainer. But I started to sound a lot less like myself. And that stayed with me when I worked in all the corporate jobs that I've done, and be it in healthcare, education, or everything else. This is what I learned the hard way. True communication isn't to be used just as a tool to impress other people, but it's a way by which you make people feel safe, seen, heard, validated, acknowledged, and understood. And in your case as ESL healthcare professions, this pertains to your patients. The real issue that I see nowadays is the silent pressure to perform professionalism at the cost of your own individuality and your presence as human beings. The reality is your patients don't give a damn about all that. They need your clarity, your efforts, sincere efforts might I add, your presence, your empathy, your acknowledgement, and your validation, which you can do even without being the most fluent or quote-unquote native English speaker. And this is why my coaching is not about teaching you scripts or trying to fix your accent. It is about self-awareness, emotional regulation, and using intentional language. So that you can speak from authority, no doubt, but also without becoming disconnected from who you are at your core. Now, this is explored in more detail in my upcoming webinar towards the end of the month, where we will be looking at the concept of how to communicate with your patients using humanity, authority, and empathy in a balanced and yet professional manner. So if you're tired of editing yourself to be trusted, this is for you. To register, click on the link in the comment section that I'll leave below, and I look forward to seeing you there.